What it do, what it do, what it do? It's your boy, Sell It Sell, and we back in here with another episode of Juice City Legends. If you have not, please hit the like button, please subscribe to the channel. Alright, gang, let me give a shout out to all my supporters, all my subscribers. Y'all keep on hitting the like button, keep subscribing. Let me give a shout out to my player partner, Man So Crazy TV. Y'all make sure y'all go tune in to my guy. For anybody that has any kind of merchandise, any kind of product you need promoted, you want to do an interview for your music, hit the email. It's in the link down below. With that being said, let's get it. All right, gang. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, leaving the Jackson State Tigers for a new coaching job in the Power Five at Colorado. So first off, me being a Jacksonian, me being a lifelong supporter and fan of the Jackson State Tigers, specifically the Sonny Boom of the South, is one of the more popular things associated with Jackson State. But anyway, I want to give my opinion and explain to some of the people on why Jackson State, the city of Jackson, the SWAC, some black people are disappointed in Coach Deion Sanders, man. So like I said, first off, I want to thank Coach for shedding light on my city, shedding light on Jackson State, shedding light on our culture, showing us new heights that we had never seen before. College game day has never been to Jackson, and it's a good chance they'll never come back. Good Morning America has never come to Jackson State's homecoming. The uniforms, the donating half of his salary, the fixing the training facility, the celebrities that he brought to the city, the revenue that he brought to Jackson State. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, deserves to be congratulated for what he brought to HBCUs, man. He was a beacon of hope. Jackson State football team was probably the hottest football team in America, even hotter than some of the Power 5 schools like Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan, the Floridas, the PWIs. Coach Brian is so charismatic and such a football god, to say, to a lot of us who grew up watching Deion Sanders, high stepping, taking kickoff returns back to the house, dancing, igniting the crowd. He has always been a master salesman. And Deion Sanders should be congratulated on what he did for the city of Jackson. And we do truly appreciate him. But to say that the people of Jackson, the alumni of Jackson State, the people of the SWAC conference, and most of all, those players shouldn't feel a certain kind of way. I think people are wrong for saying that. First of all, before Deion Sanders came to Jackson State, nobody wanted to give Deion the opportunity. So just as much as Deion helped Jackson State gave him an opportunity. Athletic director Ashley Robinson took a shot and called up Deion and asked him about being the coach of Jackson State. Florida State didn't want him. Colorado didn't want him. They didn't think he could coach. They didn't want to be nowhere around Deion Sanders. They said the attention, the media circle that comes with Deion Sanders was a little bit too much for their prestigious institutions. But Jackson State, we needed a coach at the time, gave him a shot. When Deion came in, he said he was called by God. God called him, collect, and he answered the phone. Told him that he wanted him to be a beacon of hope. It was not about the money. That's what Deion said now. It's not about the money. Prime time gonna be straight, baby, whether I coach or not. I want to help my people. I want to level the playing fields. I want to get the HBCUs to a point where they can compete against the Power Fives and dominate. That's what he promised. Coach Prime, he had a hell of a run at Jackson State. Back-to-back SWAC championships. But is the playing field level? No. Once Coach Prime leaves the SWAC will become a doormat to college football once again in a lot of people's eyes. A lot of people don't even respect the SWAC. There's a lot of great players that has come from the SWAC. But the mainstream media is not going to tell you that. So when people are upset about Coach Prime leaving, it's because the way he went out, the way he handled it. He didn't keep his word. But is it the end of the world? No. The people of Jackson, we going to move on. Jackson State going to move on. Somebody else going to come in to be the coach. Everything going to be all right. But to tell people that they shouldn't feel a certain kind of way, to try to talk down to somebody because they saw through the game, man. Let's be real, man. Y'all don't want to be real, man. I'm going to keep it real. Like I say, man, anybody who played any kind of two-hand touch, throwback tackle, football at any kind of level has done the Deion Sanders dance. Everybody loves Prime Time. We know he's a hell of a coach. We know Prime Time's that dude. His name is Prime Time. We know he was not going to stay at Jackson State. But when you bring God in, when you make promises that's going to affect other people's lives, those young men specifically that came to Jackson State thinking they were going to have the opportunity to play for Coach Deion Sanders. And now he's gone. You make them look like fools when you had them going there campaigning about we're going to make a change in HBCUs. Now, I get it. A lot of people like to point the finger at the alumni of Jackson State for not donating, for not coming up with the funds to keep a Deion Sanders. But come on, y'all, let's be real, man. There's no HBCU that will be able to match what a Power 5 can do financially for Deion Sanders with the facilities, with the endorsements, the grants, the government funding. It's no kind of way that a HBCU is going to compete with a predominantly white institution. It just won't happen. So it's nothing Jackson State could have done to keep Deion, because Deion never had plans on staying at Jackson State anyway. Like I say, we appreciate everything that he did, but it's clear as day that Deion used Jackson State as a stepping stool. Nothing wrong with that. Coaches do it all the time. And he moved on. Nothing wrong with him elevating. But the way he came in, putting God in it, saying that you were here to help, it wasn't about the money. But now I hear everybody talking about If I had million, I would have left Jackson State too. Of course you would. Me and you both. But me and you are not Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is in the leader position. A lot of people looking towards him, which people need to stop doing. Deion Sanders is just the man. We have to get to a point where we stop celebrity worshiping. These people are just human beings. Deion did the same thing that he has always done in his whole career, and I can't be mad at him. Deion looked out for Deion, just like he did when he left the Falcons, just like he did when he left San Francisco and went straight to the Cowboys. Deion made a business decision. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. Nobody is mad at Deion for elevating himself. They mad at him because he came in selling dreams, all this HBCU hype that he hoodwinked us with. And that's why people are upset. People don't hate Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is not exempt from criticism. Deion Sanders will sleep well at night tonight. Deion Sanders still gonna sleep good. He's still gonna eat good. Just because somebody criticizes him is not the end of the world. All you celebrities looking down on the people of Jackson want to bring up something about the water, want to bring up something about alumni and all that. Y'all know doggone well Jackson State will never be able to compete with the Power Five, man. Deion Sanders was not gonna stay there. I don't care how much money he wanted. He wanted how much money they could have came up with. They was not. He was not staying there because Deion, in my opinion, he just looking out for his kid, and I can't be mad at the father for looking out for his son. Deion is trying to get Shedeur Sanders to the next level. It's plain. It's plain as day. Deion been coaching his son since high school. He took him to Jackson State. He sold his image about we're gonna do it for the HBCUs. Nothing against Shedeur Sanders, but ask yourself this question: if Shedeur Sanders would have went directly to a Power 5 institution and had to prove himself and had to compete and earn his job, do you think Shedeur will have all the endorsement deals that he has now? Shedeur probably a millionaire now. He never touched a pro football field. Shedeur is one of the most popular athletes in the country. And a lot of it is based off he did it at Jackson State. They sold his image. They sold his dream of HBCU supremacy, dominance. As soon as he got the first time to get out of Dodge, he got out of Dodge. Deion interviewed for a job last year, in his first year, when he was sick in the hospital. And he said he didn't do it. Comes out, he went on it. He comes out, he did take that interview. So, because people see through the BS that Deion did, you can't tell them people not to feel no kind of way. Yes, Deion Sanders is. I think Deion Sanders is a great man. He made some decisions that's questionable. We all do. Me, you, all of us do. But because Deion Sanders is so revered in the football legend, people act like he's exempt from criticism. None of us are. It's okay. The world is not going to end because people feel some kind of way about how Deion ran game, used all this HBC, all that. Deion used that to his advantage, man. He's a master salesman. And people just see through it. And they calling him out on it. Nobody gonna hate Deion Sanders. Nobody gonna stop looking at the prime time. They disappointed because they really believed in him. But Coach Eddie Robinson tried to tell you this. Deion is not swag. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Like I say, you can't take back or discredit him for what he brought to Jackson State. But he is not swag. Players like Coach Eddie Robinson, they played in the swag. They know the uphill battle it was to get drafted coming out of HBCU. And now he's at his ultimatum. Coaching. Trying to be a leader for his young men. And when he look at somebody like Deion Sanders, who is a celebrity coach, they despise that. But it's a little bit truth into what he was saying. Deion Sanders is about Deion Sanders. He about prime time, baby. And the people see through that. But even though people see through what Deion said and the thing that he didn't do right, what a lot of us need to do is look in the mirror and look at ourselves, man. Deion is not God, man. Deion cannot be your savior. Deion did the best he could do. And to Deion credit, Deion probably would have never been able to equal the playing fields on the strength, especially somewhere down here in Mississippi, man. When you got to deal with somebody like Tate Reeves as the governor that really not going to back and support him and get him the funding that he need, that's not even giving the capital city the funding that it needs to fix the infrastructure and the water conditions that been going on for decades and decades and decades and decades. So Deion probably realized, man, these people ain't gonna do right down here in Mississippi. And he got out of there on the first thing smoking, just like everybody from Jackson. So we can't be mad at Deion for leaving Jackson. Let's be real now. Everybody in Jackson, especially the one with degrees, you know you gotta leave Jackson to seek a better life. Even the ones that don't have degrees. When you're tired of getting your house broke in, when you're tired of busting your tires up on the regular tore up streets we have, when you're tired of all the foolishness, the shooting and violence, no jobs, we have to leave Jackson. So we can't be mad at Deion for doing the same thing that we do all the time. But you can't be disappointed. You have the right to feel some kind of way because he sold us a dream. And people need to stop taking advantage of poor people. Jackson is a poor city. Mississippi is one of the poor states. You can't take advantage of your own people. It's not right. And at the same time, we need to be more accountable. We do need to start investing. We do need to start donating more. We do need to just pour more into ourselves. We need to stick together. Every time it's a disagreement between black people, we divide from one another. It's one group of people on Deion's side, group of people not on his side, and everybody bickering back and forth, trying to see who right or wrong, instead of us agreeing to disagree. Both of us can be wrong, both of us can be right. We can agree to disagree, sit down and come up with some solutions so we can prevent things like this from happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for Coach Prime. I grew up watching Coach Prime. I came a fan of Shador. So I'm going to pay attention to them at Colorado. I wish Coach Prime the best. Do I wish he would have stayed here in my city of Jackson? Yes. We never have nothing good that come from Jackson. Every time we have something good, it's taken away from us. When Lil Lonnie was killed in 2018 or 17, whatever year it was, the city cried. The city cried. When Monte Ellis played for Lanier High School, he united the city together. When David Banner got his record deal, the city was proud. We don't have much in Jackson. So we were proud to have Deion Sanders, a legendary football coach like Deion Sanders, right down here in little old Jackson, Mississippi, man. And our feelings hurt. But it's going to be okay. Life going to go on, man. That heritage that Jackson State been had over 100 years, it's still here. All we had to do is support like we once did. Because there's people on the outside that believe that Deion created this heritage. It's been going on. They been selling out games. Y'all better go look at them old YouTube videos, man, for the people who think I'm lying and just making up stuff in my feelings. No, I'm not. Jackson State been it. Now, the world may have not known that, but down here in the SWAC, Jackson State been it. since the days of Wavy Days, W.C. Gordon, Walter Payton, Dr. Doom, the Robert Kent, the Casey Terrios, T.C. Taylor, Dexter Wright. We been going to the games, man. So they don't stop when Coach Prime leaves. Jackson is a resilient city. We will be okay. Yes, people in their feelings right now, and that's okay. In any kind of relationship, somebody's feelings gonna be hurt. And Jackson feelings hurt. But we'll be all right, because we have bigger fish to fry. We can't worry about Coach Prime. God bless him and let him go on about his business. We need to be trying to come up with a solution to get this water fixed. We need to get our infrastructure together. We need to come with some kind of solution to lower the crime in Jackson. It's too many of us dying. We got bigger fish to fry than to worry about the coach, man. Deion Sanders, he ain't worried about us. He handling his business, so we need to handle our business, man. Like I say, what he brought to Jackson State is going down in history, man. They can't take that back. That's why I went to the game. I told everybody to go out and enjoy it while it lasts. His name is Prime Time. He not meant to be here in little small Jackson. He meant for the prime time. He meant for prime time. So we go back to losing and all that right there. Y'all stay patient, man. Stick with it. Stick with the team. Support the guys who gonna stay. Jackson gonna be okay. We know Prime gonna be okay. So we don't wish the brother none but success. But that's the reason why people feel some kind of way, man. Because Prime came in with one thing and he did something else, man. He let him down, man. But he don't owe Jackson nothing. We wish him the best. And that's just how I feel about it. And one more thing. Give me my theme music.